This video is sponsored by Into the AM. Legions Imperialis, or New Epic, is actually quite a fun game to play. Playing with tons of tiny models is very thematic, and commanding an army at scale really does tickle my gaming fancy. That said, there are three big problems. You may actually think this list isn't long enough. It's expensive. Playing with a big army or just the recommended 3000 points level is a big investment. Finding stock to buy is a challenge in itself. Everything is about £30 in the UK, and you need a lot of boxes. The starter set is good value, but it includes Titans, and I think that's to bump up the points. Playing without them is a massive army. I've seen someone do the maths, and it suggests that for 3000 points of Marines, it's about $1,000. Yikes. The stock issues and expenses largely solved by 3D printing, of course, but that's not available to everyone. I actually bought a resin printer and did this full army from it, and the total cost, printer included, is less than you'd pay GW. And even all that army printed isn't 3000 points yet. Red Leader, do you think we'll actually find any great t-shirts out here? Cut the chat around 2, accelerate to attack speed. Red Leader, they're everywhere! And they're fantastic! If you like me and essentially live in graphic t-shirts, then these from Into the AM are really cool, very comfy and a perfect fit. And with my 10% discount code in the description, it works out at only £15 a t-shirt. That's really nice. And they also do lovely hoodies. Back to this video, and I actually printed off 2 armies just so I could have a play, and that brings us nicely to the next problem. Is anyone even playing the game? There was build-up hype, a big release around the starter box set, and of course the usual flood on social media of people getting free stuff and showing it off. But after the dust has settled and within a month the next massive game was released, Warhammer the Old World, Legions Imperialis has just faded away. The Old World has really hit, social media has exploded, and I think the community were just ready for it. And I'm really happy about it too. I've also printed myself a dwarf army, so I'm ready to play, but I think that's another video. So with the fall from focus, the low uptake, stock problems, release schedule challenges, super high expense, and the time to get armies up and running, there really aren't that many people playing it. And the third problem, and this is the one I'm going to solve for you in this video. The game is based solely in the Horus heresy, and it's only Space Marines and Solar Auxilia. I've done a channel poll, and in discussions and comments, the sentiment is really that being Horus heresy is a big turn-off. For my opinion, and I never played or saw anything about the original epic, so I have no nostalgia for it, the first thing I thought when I heard about this game was hordes of Tyranids swarming across the board. I thought it was going to be glorious, but sadly not. And I was quite sad about it. Until now. I have a Tyranid Legions Imperialis army. And this isn't just a set of rules I've made up, it's a community production, and a really good high quality production at that. I'll share a link in the description for the rules to this, as I really want the creators to get some love for it. Of course, my army is 3D printed, but the STLs for models are rife. Literally every Tyranid unit you can imagine is available in epic scale. It's glorious. Look at this little carnifex. Aww. Hormagaunts are exactly as I would have hoped. Teeny tiny, and you have 6 bases for 30 points. Literally, you can carpet the battlefield for next to nothing. And a little Tervagon Mama there. Aww. A Hierophant is 450 points in this system, so more than a Warhound and a Reaver Titan. Could make for some fun matchups. I think I've got about 2,400 points in Tyranids here, minus the Hierophants, but easy enough to print more. It just shows how many things you actually need to reach 3,000 points. Having a quick scan at the community rules, you can really see just how much effort has gone into them. There's new orders to represent instinctive behaviour when you're out of synapse, special rules like synapse, and burrow for going back into deep strike. There's psychic powers and weapons, formations as you'd expect, and then you get into the data sheets. It's really well put together. You see here the Hormagaunts are 6 bases for 30 points. And they have no save at all, just melee. And if you swarm them with a good close assault factor, they're actually quite good. I particularly enjoy playing with the carnifexes. Never mind about the shooting, but the melee is what you'd hope. The close assault factor of 7 and rend means they are mincing anything they get into contact with. They can also regenerate models if you don't wipe them out. This for me is why I wanted to play Legions Imperialis. I've played a few games and it's been really fun. I can't really comment yet though about whether the Tyranid points and data sheets are actually balanced. But the communities like to adjust them, and of course you can add house rules as it's not official GW. Finding the models and the rules has really made me happy, but I'm also looking for other factions that I can use in the game, so if you know of any, please drop them in the comments, and I can't wait to check them out. Make sure to check out Into the AM and use my 10% discount code in the description. I'll see you soon. Bye.